Morning everybody, it's the 23rd of December and we just had a cracking breakfast in the bridge in there and we're on our way to Acorn Christmas match. It's the only Christmas match we're getting in this year. I normally like to try and do one. They're always a bit of fun, aren't they? I always think with a Christmas match, you know, you catch a little roach or something and you're sort of, you've won a bag of nuts or whatever, haven't you? And you know, and you get another fish a bit bigger, you're in the biscuits, etc. You know, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? So good bunch of lads down here as always. I think there's quite a few on for Paddock Lake. Normally we fish on there with like 21 to 23 anglers. I think there's over 30 today, so it's going to make it very, excuse me, just adjust you. So it's going to make it interesting as always. I think it will be quite hard and it's very, very windy. Whether we're going to be able to present on all the pegs, I don't know. Certainly be able to present something short, but we may have to put a bit of running line up today. We'll see where we draw, and I'll see you on the bank in a minute. Thanks for joining me, everybody. So Acorn Christmas match, peg 11. You've seen the lines I've plumbed up. I've fed me a couple of deep lines, and then I've gone straight across to that second shelf to the island, because I figured I could catch a stocky there, and then they'll be gone. They'll back away. But I thought it would be worth a fish. And that's what we're after today, stockies and silvers, and then maybe very late in the match you might get a chance of a proper carp or two, which will really boost the weight. I've been keeping me on the weights down here. They've plummeted. We've had an awful lot of rain. We've had ice water melt into the lake, and we've got over 30 on the lake as well. So I think the pressure as well, I think it's going to be extremely hard. And the fish aren't in their favourite haunts at the moment. They're not sort of in pegs 5 and 9, it doesn't seem. I've been watching the results, and they've been between sort of 36 and 40, been the sort of the ball of fish, if you like. Even saying that though, the weights have been low, and I think 25 to 30 pound a day from here would be okay, not a disaster. So I sort of mentally set myself up for a difficult match, if you like, just winkling bites out. But great start. We've hooked one across. Take our time with the first one, as always. They're going to be at a premium today. Yeah, nice little stocky. Reliable fish, aren't they? The stockies will always feed. Virtually always. They're always looking for food. It's those bigger ones that are a bit moodier. They'll take it or leave it, dependent on conditions, etc. But those stockies can always be relied on, really. So a little look at the 11.5 metre line. And we don't get a sniff on it, to be honest, not on either of those lines. Um, so in the end, I come back a section and just feed maggots, just maggots over maggots, forgetting the ground bait, forgetting the micros. Not many maggots, mind, just half a dozen to 10 maggots, and then just waiting on a bite. Don't mind this, winkling a few bites together, regardless of size of fish. Get any small fish feeding and it just attracts other fish, doesn't it? That's what it's about, trying to create some competition in your peg. How long it's going to last, I don't know. It's going to be very hard. All help build the weight, don't they? I did have a perch on this line as well, about a pound, which was, yeah, very handy. Being very kind to the peg next door there. He just foul hooked the carp about £8 and landed it more than all my fish put together. So I was taking the mick a little bit there. Said he obviously went for it and turned last minute. We've all had a few of those, haven't we? So I couldn't keep fish coming on that 9.5 metre line. So we've gone down the left hand side there. We did try the deeper water first of all, which didn't really happen. And then we've dropped in on that sort of 3 foot line, or 2.5 foot, I should say, sort of in between 2.5 and 3 foot. Um, yeah, and it feels like a little stocky again. They don't seem to be. They don't seem to want to be in that deep water, do they? So white hydro, 012, same as that across. In the deeper water, we're fishing 01. And on that 4.5 foot line off to me left at 13 metres, I'm fishing 01 as well, an orange hydro actually, just because you've got to cleave the pole round all the way round in front of you, and that way I can fish a 20 hook, and not pull the hook out, and I can fish pinkies on there. Pinkies do work down here quite well when it's hard.
I favour fluoro pinkies, but it's up to the individual really. But I do like double fluoro pinky over a few cab potted pinkies. Tiny bit of micro, and you can catch all sorts with that. That's just about making bites, isn't it? You've got plenty of time to get them out. That 4.5 foot line to me left at 13 meters, and the sort of line I had between 2.5 and 3 foot, both of them sort of died. So I actually plumbed in between the two because it's a steady-ish slope. I mean, it steepens off in places, but you can sort of find the depth you want to find. So I found about 3.5 foot, and I've carried on with the light rig on that, the pinkies, and we've managed to make one or two more bites. Never be scared of like putting the plummet on again, especially this time of year. I mean, I do it all the time, especially on snake lakes. Always, forever putting the plummet back on, going out, having a feel around. And in the summer, we need to do it all the time, don't we? Because those big fish out in front of us on those silty bottoms tend to bore the silt out, don't they? When they've been in your peg a while. The amount of times you go out, plumb up, and find your floats, and you're now sat off the bottom is quite common. Your plummet's your best friend. That 3.5 foot line certainly come good for us. We have had to leave it though, you know, we have to keep moving around searching the peg for bites, but that seems to be the line I do get the odd bite on. Still on them pinkies. Not a massive fish, but certainly bigger than those stockies we've been catching, I think. I didn't expect that, I must admit. Bit more robust on this kit. 014 hook length, 16 hook, grey hydro. Didn't really expect to catch on it, really didn't. I had a little bit of maggot in there 10 minutes ago. Just dropped on it to have a look. Yeah, it's a good fish, this. I can't believe that. It's pushed itself into the keep net and left me hook in there. Well, I've had chub on the rivers over the years do that, but I've never ever had a carp do that. He stuck his head into me keep net and left me hook in there. Unbelievable. It's not been so good, has it, the last couple of fish? Closing stages of the match as well. Enjoyable though. Difficult but enjoyable. Another sensible carp on, and taking our time with this now. Not going to pull stupidly, and certainly not going to let it get near our keep nets if we can help it either. I'm still going on about it, that a poor chap next door, he must be getting bored. Yeah, I can't get my head around that at all. Typically it's one of those sort of lean commons as well. They go on forever, don't they? They got some lovely fish in here. Some of them are those sort of half common, half ghosty ones, and those things really go. They go on forever, they do. checking the time there now, and yeah, take me time because the match is nigh on over now.